Hey, welcome to the Wealth Seed. This is episode 37, where we are today talking about habits of the wealthy. Listen, Money Masters, if we're on our way to becoming wealthy, we have to start employing habits that will allow for that. Not once we get some money, we have to start now, right? So, we're going to talk about habits of the wealthy and how we can begin to put those things in place. But first, we have to have our crazy money story of the week. And so, since we've been talking about gold and silver the last three episodes, we're not talking about it today in that way, but in the last three episodes, we talked about gold and silver. I thought I would find a crazy money story related to gold and silver. And so, I have one for you. Hope you guys are ready for this one. All right. So, for as long as humans have been alive, right? They have been concerned about staying youthful, right? Nobody wants to age, and especially when we're always looking for different things or whatever to fight the wrinkles and keep elasticity and all this kind of stuff, right? So in this was in the 16th century. Okay, they had an elixir. Okay, this elixir was called the Tony elixir. And basically, what they were doing was drinking gold. That's what they were doing, drinking gold as an anti-aging, you know, remedy or whatever you want to call it, right? So in the 16th century, this was particularly, I believe, in France, and especially people who were in the upper class, if you will, right? They wanted to get rid of their age spots, they wanted to get rid of wrinkles and all of that. And so they decided they decided they were going to drink gold. So they drank a daily tonic of gold chloride mixed with this is some crazy stuff, y'all. Diethyl ether. All right. Some, of course, y'all know this killed people, right? Yeah. Yeah, it did. Um, let me see. They also, I'm trying to think because there was a different type of elixir too, that had gold, it had silver, it had iron, copper, it had steel, lead fillings. They placed that mixture. Now, this is gross, okay? This is gross. They would place the mixture of these metals in the urine of a virgin child on the first day, right? And if that wasn't enough, then there was added to it like white wine, fennel juice, egg whites. Um, and then if a woman were pregnant, they would add to it like milk, red wine, egg whites. And they would do that for like 6 days. Okay. So crazy. So y'all know a lot of people died from this, right? They didn't necessarily say, they didn't give like a number of how many people died. I still can't believe this myself. Like, who would think that drinking precious metals would be okay for the body, right? I don't know. This has to be, I think, in my personal opinion, one of the craziest stories yet. Okay. So, and the thing is, even though it's killing people, it was like they didn't catch on, right? It said it wasn't until many centuries later, that they realized that their golden anti-aging routine could be fatal. I mean, did we need anybody to die to know that? I mean, come on. This is metals that you anyway. Um yeah, anyway, that's the crazy money story for the week. Um yeah, I don't know if y'all want to go out and try that remedy, okay? Um, and they actually had even said, I'm gonna say this and then I'll leave it alone. They actually even said that this may not have like died out entirely. Like to this day, you might still find it. and that there's a liqueur on the market that comes with thin gold flakes inside of it. Stay away from that. Okay. All right. So there we have it for our crazy money story. Let's get into habits of the wealthy, right? So listen, anytime you want to, you're aspiring to be something, you want to check out the people who already are and the things that they are doing to, what are the things that they're doing to get there, right? Well, what are the habits that they employ, right? So we're going to go through some habits today of the wealthy. I'm thinking we'll probably do about we'll probably do about 8 of them. Okay. All right. So one habit, and these are in no particular order, right? One habit of the wealthy is that they do not leave money sitting idle. What does that mean? This doesn't mean that they just go out and splurge, right? No, what they do is they want that money working for them. Okay. So if you're going to build true wealth, your money cannot be sitting idle. It cannot be sitting in a place where it's not collecting interest or not working for you, right? Um, you hear wealthy individuals use this term called cash broke, right? They're cash broke doesn't mean that they're broke, right? But they are cash broken, meaning that they don't have large lump sums of money sitting around. Majority of their money is invested in some way, in some shape, form, or fashion, right? So they do not leave money sitting idle. Um, they also focus on the signal, not the noise. What does that mean? Okay. They are focused on year over year increases in their total net worth. Okay. They have professionals who are working on the details. Okay. But they don't work on the details themselves. They have professionals who will work on the details, right? And they just pay attention to keep their eyes on different signals, but not the noise, because that is the job of the person that they hire to be in the weeds and to be in all the details, right? So that is another habit. Okay. So, in other words, how can I say that even more simply? In other words, um, they don't, they hire people to help them in that area. Okay. They don't try to do it all themselves. Oftentimes you don't, because you don't know what you don't know, right? So they hire experts in the area to help them. And then, of course, it frees up their time for them to do whatever it is that they want to do, right? Okay. What's another habit? This is number 3. Now, most people don't think this, but the majority of people who are wealthy live below their means. Okay. I know we're used to watching, celebrities and all of them. They have these $1 million mansions and all this kind of stuff. But the majority of people who are wealthy live below their means. They do so prior to acquiring the wealth and after acquiring the wealth. Of course, that below their means bar will increases, right? But they still live below their means. Like they don't get wild and crazy. They believe that the key to lifelong financial success is to live below your means. Okay. Now, here's another habit of the wealthy. They don't like to pay interest. Okay. Whereas the average person is always looking to finance something, interest added, you pay more for something over time because you financed it, right? And they're not interested in doing that. So they know that when you pay high interest rates over a long term, you end up paying double, triple the value of that particular item, right? Maybe even quadruple the value. So they don't like to pay interest. Okay. Um, so what they do instead is because their money is working for them, they live off of that interest. They take that interest and then purchase whatever it is that they want to purchase. Okay. They monitor their income and expenses, believe it or not. Some people would think that, oh, you have so much, you don't even have to, sit down and monitor anything. You can just go on about your business, right? Well, no, they monitor their income and expenses. And the truth is the people who should be monitoring their income and expenses, okay, average Joes, are not. But the people who you would think, they shouldn't have to monitor, they are the ones who are monitoring. And you know what I always say? That whatever you focus on grows, right? And so because they monitor these things, it continues to grow. It continues to grow. All right. Number 6, wealthy habit. I think I said I was going over 6 of them, right? Maybe we'll do 8. They value their time. And this is what I was talking about, a little bit of what I was talking about earlier when I said they hire financial professionals, right? But they not only hire financial professionals, they will hire professionals in almost any area, right? If cleaning up your house, takes up more of your valuable time because you could be out there making money or living your passion, your purpose, or whatever, then they hire someone to clean their house, right? They hire someone to do the grocery shopping. They hire someone to take the cars to go get oil changes. They hire all that stuff, they hire out, right? Because they value their time. Again, those of us who are not wealthy, it seems like oftentimes we value the opposite, right? We are always like, I can do it myself. I do it myself. I do it myself. And we don't understand the importance that if you outsource some things, that will free you up to make more money in the things that you enjoy doing. Okay. So they value their time. They set their life goals and they have a financial plan because once again, what you focus on grows. Okay. So they know what they want. They set their goals. They have a strategy. They have a plan that they are working, and they are working that plan. Okay. And that plan is kept in their minds as they make daily decisions. Okay. Again, you would think, these aren't people who have to do that because now they have all this abundance, right? But they are. And that's why they have the abundance. And the people who really, really need to do this don't do it. Okay. All right. I'm going to share one more. They habitually invest. So this kind of goes with number 1. Okay. They habitually invest. They are consistently investing. When it comes to investing, that habit is the consistency of doing that is like huge. Okay. So, and they're not afraid. And if you talk to any wealthy person, they will tell you of some of the major losses that they've had. All of them will tell you about major losses that they've had, but they continue to invest, taking calculated risk, of course, not risk just all over the place, taking calculated risk, and they become wealthy, right? Because if you take no risk, you want to remain safe, then you don't want to become wealthy, okay? Because it takes risk to become wealthy, whether you go out and you start your own business, whether you go and you invest in various different ways. Anything that you set your mind to create wealth is going to have risk associated with it, and you will experience some loss, okay? But how many times do you actually need to make profits, right? And then once you make those profits, you have those profits continue to work for you, right? So they're not afraid of risk. And this is why they habitually invest. All right. So those are 8 that I shared. I think we'll share some more next week. But which of these habits Are you doing any of these already? If not, which one can you start this week? That's what I want to know. Drop it in the comments. At least which one of these habits can you start practicing this week? Okay, so I'm going to go over them one last time so they don't leave money sitting idle. They don't get into the weeds, right? They focus on the signal, not the noise. Meaning, so they will hire financial professionals to take care of all of the details while they, stay mindful of the major things. They live below their means. They do not pay interest. They monitor their income and expenses. They value their time, and they invest habitually. They invest consistently. Okay. Which one of those can you employ this week? Which one of those can you implement this week? I'm just asking you for one, but you should possibly look at two or three and be like, okay, I need to start doing this, right? So, anyway, that's what we've got for our episode this week. What's coming up? Well, um, I am probably, as you're watching this, on a flight to Charlotte, where I will be speaking for the I Believe God Ministries International Women's Conference. I'm so excited about it. Purpose, presence, position. I think I got the P's in order. I'm not sure. Forgive me. But it's sold out. So we're super excited for the women that are going to be in the room. All right. And then next week, I believe on the 28th, I will be speaking virtually. And I have this posted on if you're friends with me on Facebook, or my page is public, you can go to my page. It's posted there. Speaking for a contingent of youth out of Ghana, building New Africa, I believe is what they called it. Youth perspectives, from the youth perspective. So these are a bunch of youth that are getting together to talk about how they can build a better Africa. And I'm just honored that, because I'm not young, y'all, I'm just honored that they have asked me to be a part, to share my wisdom where finances are concerned. So those are a couple of things coming up. Of course, we got the mission trip that we're still preparing for. My organization has a missions arm, and every year we do a short-term mission trip. This year, we've got a team going to Ghana, and we've got a team going to Kenya. The Ghana team is going in July. Kenya team is going in September. So again, check out all my social media. You'll see there's some opportunities to donate, if you will, so that we can go over and serve the people. Like in Ghana, they're going to be doing a kids dance contest, and the kids are going to be rewarded. It's typically like school supplies and money, American money, and things like that. They're also going to give out sanitary napkins for the women there. So those are a couple of the projects going on in Ghana. In Kenya, there's a water project going on so we can get fresh water to a village in Mombasa. There is a mission station that is going up in Kanango, the Kanango station, Mombasa, and we're raising funds for that. We're going to be giving out what we call Crocs and socks, right? Because a lot of people there don't have shoes, and so their feet are unprotected, and consequently they get diseases in their feet. So we're going to be doing that. Sanitary napkins, school supplies in Kenya as well, Kitale, Kenya, so much, right? And so your $1 will go far, whether you donate to the project in Ghana or whether you donate to the project in Kenya. Your money is going to go far. You get to be part of something larger than yourself, right? You get to be part of a God work. And I'm just humbled that God has chosen me to lead that effort. So that's what's going on. We'll see you all next time. Peace.